Hello and welcome to QuiltPop. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to design your own quilt layout. You'll see the Create Quilt blue button second down from the top. Click on this and it will bring you to a new quilt design. Here you'll be naming your new quilt under the quilt name white text box. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'll be naming mine Quilt 80. The number of columns and rows can be changed at this point. The app defaults to 10 by 10, however, this can be changed to whatever you prefer. The quilt does not have to remain a square. You can have more rows than columns and vice versa. For this quilt, I'll be making it 6 columns and 6 rows. The block size will be your finished block size in inches. The app defaults to 5 inches square. However, again, you can change this to whatever size you'd like. Just make sure it fits on whatever paper size you're using to print. I'll change my block size to 4 inches. Select Create Quilt. This will bring you to your blank layout. You're going to see 5 icons along the bottom of your screen. The second icon in from the left is your block palette icon. When selected, it shows you the block library. Scroll through by swiping your finger. Whichever block you tap will be highlighted in blue. Any space in the quilt layout above will be filled with this block when you tap it, like so. Once a block is selected, you'll be able to see the block title. So this one I have highlighted is Flying Geese Block B. Again, you can continue to scroll left or right simply by swiping your finger along the bottom of the screen. I'll finish the edges with this triangle block A. So now I like this layout, however, there are a few blocks I'd like to move around. You'll see on the bottom left of your screen the rotate icon, the blue square with an arrow in the top left corner. When this is selected, any block I tap will rotate. Every time you tap on a block, it will rotate once. Keep tapping until you're happy with how it looks. If instead you need to flip a box instead of rotating, the mirror icon is directly next to the rotate icon. Here you'll see the block flipping when I tap it rather than rotate. The center icon, the square with the X in the middle of it, will delete any block you tap on your layout. The undo icon, which is a circular arrow all the way to the right, will bring those blocks back. It will undo your last step. One feature I'd like to show you is if you're trying to figure out which block you used in your layout, but might not be able to remember the name of it, and you'd like to use it elsewhere, you can hold down and press a block on your layout while you have the block library open by pressing the palette icon. So here I'm going to hold down my finger over one of the center 4 squares and it will jump to economy block E. So you can use it again in my quilt. Now that I like this layout, you're going to press the circle with the 3 dots in the middle all the way to the top right of your screen. This will bring you to a new screen that will allow you to share your quilt by email or text to yourself or anyone else, resizing your quilt, and printing. By selecting Resize Quilt, you can increase or decrease the amount of rows or columns you have, or even change the size of your block at this point if you'd like to. Now we're going to print our blocks. By selecting the Print All blocks, we'll see how many blocks in total will be printed and what's being used in your layout. Select Print All at the bottom of your screen. Here, your printer information will show up, and just make sure that you are printing single-sided. So make sure double-sided is turned off. When I scroll along the bottom here, the first page that will be printed is the full layout. And now you can see that 2 blocks can fit on 1 page. The dotted line will be your cutting line, and the solid inside line will be your finished block size. So if I scroll through, it's printing all of the blocks I need for this specific layout. Once I've scrolled through and confirm everything's right, and this is indeed the layout I want to print, you'll hit the print button on the top right of your screen, and it's sent to your printer. And that's how you can print and create your own layout in QuiltPop.